What's the biz? It's your boy Baker Maker, aka D Ensley, and I'm here to give you some true shit. I'm really liking Shikimori's not just a cutie series so far. It's really refreshing to have a rom-com where the main characters are already an actual couple by the beginning of the series. Unlike a lot of the anime romances, I actually enjoy the male protagonist of this show, Uzumi, and his dynamic with his girlfriend, Michan Shikimori, is always a treat to see. Despite being a very nice boy, is also clumsy and has the worst look out of anybody in the show. Then again, depending on how you look at it, he might also have the best look due to him having a girlfriend like Shikimori. Because here's the thing, a lot of the times she comes off like a sweet, mild-mannered high school girl, but whenever her man's in trouble, she quickly switches into a total badass, constantly having to save his ass from everything big or small on a daily basis. So basically, the roles are reversed. Instead of the guy constantly protecting the girl, it's the other way around. Oftentimes it seems like she's the boyfriend while is the girlfriend. But despite this, you has his moments of being a good boyfriend. He may lack the athletic abilities his girlfriend has, but his optimism, as well as his ability to empathize and sympathize with other people when they're in pain, makes up for his constant bad luck. Not to mention the fact that he's so damn supportive towards Shikimori, which in returns gives her the motivation to succeed at whatever she does. So the way I see it, both characters benefit greatly from this relationship. Apparently, there was a lot of hype surrounding this anime. Some people claiming that this show could rival My Dress Up Darling in terms of popularity, and would become the bigger, and who would become the bigger anime waifu between Marin Kitagawa and Michan Shikimori. Both shows have likable female characters. Don't get me wrong, but as it stands right now, Marin is the superior character. Then again, that can always change since season 1 of Shikimori is not just a cutie, technically isn't over yet. With that said, Shikimori is definitely a strong contender for the season's best girl. She's more than relationship goes. She also has charming flaws and quirks to round out her character. Shikimori can be highly generous, compassionate, but she can also be shockingly jealous and a little possessive at times. Thankfully, the show knows how to balance her character to the point that her character don't come off annoying despite having these negative traits. Episode 5 was another nice episode, further fleshing out both Uzumi and Shikimori. Finally seeing something Uzumi's good at that Shikimori lacks. Honestly, I didn't find the whole s'more and ice cream moments weird or awkward. Just some playful teasing from a girlfriend with her boyfriend. Plus, it just adds more examples of how she acts all cute and shy at times, but then swifts into a suave and dominant person when in the right moment, while still remaining a lovable girlfriend. A very early example of this was in episode 2, when they were in the nurse's office together, though she immediately regretted and started questioning herself if she came on too strong. And in episode 6 was good as well. While mostly relying on varied tropes we've seen in so many rom-coms that have a fireworks festival, it's nice to see you actually stepping up and becoming a dependable boyfriend by carrying Shikimori up a flight of stairs to a shrine structure in an empty courtyard after her sandal got broken and her foot got hurt from all the walking they did that day. And we got to see a nice scene of Yu reflecting on the fact that he didn't see the fireworks the year before because he lacked the courage to ask Shikimori then. She reveals that she was disappointed that he didn't ask her, but it no longer matters because they're able to see them together this year. This further fuels my desire for the further fueled my desire for the show to finally give us a flashback revealing how these two got together in the first place. I do find it odd that we haven't even gotten a single kiss scene yet since they are a couple, but we might get that till like the season finale, unfortunately. Despite how lighthearted and episodic the series was at this point, I was pretty certain that we were getting into the heavy stuff towards the later of the seasons, and we finally get into the heavy stuff starting in episode 7 with the introduction of Kamiya, who was first introduced back in episode 2. Back then, it was hinted that Kamiya and Yu knew each other somehow, and here we actually get full context and see them interact with one another on screen. They used to serve on the library community together, and during that time, she developed feelings for Yuzumi. But unfortunately for her, Yuzumi was and still is completely oblivious of her feelings towards him, and she ended up dating Shikimori instead. It's through these interactions with Yu has with Kamiya that we finally get what many of us watching has been wanting: a flashback explaining how Yuzumi and Shikimori got together in the first place. Thank you. And but despite this, Kamiya tries her best to remain her reserved, cool, kind self and hide her sadness, going out of her way to not interfere with their relationship and keep her feelings to herself. But here's the thing: you can try to hide the truth from everyone in school, but you can't hide it from Shikimori. Oh no. Despite not really knowing Kamiya very well, she could tell. And instead of Shikimori coming off rude when confronting Kamiya, I really love how mature the story handled this situation, because normally it just comes off awkward or in bad taste usually. It adds more drama than it really needs to. You know how it usually is when these type of stories, when they're shifting these type of situations where like, oh, you like my boyfriend, well, stay away from him and all that stuff. They didn't do that here. They handled it in a more mature way, I feel like. And considering how the series tend to show off Shikimori's jealous and overprotective side from time to time, mostly in comedic fashion, it was quite refreshing to see her be so understanding and considerate to Kamiya's feelings, even embracing a crying Kamiya, telling her to cherish her feelings and thanking her for being so kind. One of my favorite quotes from Shikimori being, "I believe if you're in love with the person I love, you can't be a bad person," which is very true. She is a really good person, and that's why it makes it all the more sad. As much as I do enjoy Shikimori and Izumi as a couple, I did end up feeling really bad for Kamiya though, and hope she does eventually find someone. Now, as good as episodes 7 and 8 were, episode 9 has to be my favorite so far, as I really like that we got to see Shikimori's relationship with other characters other than Yuzumi get some focus and development. So, starting with her relationship with Yuzumi's friend Shu, and better context behind why she treats him the way she does. Then the later part of the episode focuses on her actually forming a friendship with Kamiya and showing how much alike they really are. And it was really sweet seeing Kamiya have her moment with Kyo as well, even though they were technically already friends at that point. But here in this episode, it seems like they're starting to have a closer friendship. On a side note, I find it hilarious how both in the English and Japanese versions, Shu is voiced by a person who voices Bakugo for My Hero Academia in their respective languages. And what makes it even more hilarious is the fact that he looks just like Bakugo too, yet he's the opposite in terms of personality because he's actually friendly and pleasant to be around. Episode 10 was also really good, as not only did we got to focus on Yui Hachimi. I can't pronounce her last name, I'm sorry. Basically, the short girl. We got to focus on her character, but we also get to see the main cast work together by using each of their strengths and weaknesses to their advantage for the class relay team for their upcoming sports festival. I truly believe that it's a shame that this show doesn't seem to be getting that much attention. I do, or love. I do think the hype surrounding it before the anime even premiered definitely hurt it. Hopefully, it does well enough at the end for it to get greenlit for a second season. Because it would be a shame if it didn't. Because I'm really enjoying the show and hope more people give it more recognition and see what I see. But with that said, I guess that's it. So comment below. What do you guys think of the show? Have you tried it? Have you been watching as well? What do you think of it? You like it or dislike it? Do you also feel like it should be? It's sad not that many people are really talking about it, and